Poetry appearance, National Slam Poetry winner, member of several nationally recognized teams, and totally awesome, beard-rocking, poetic genius that is, Big Papa E!
All right, give it up for Lyndon, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Lyndon! Okay, now, hell no. I know it's early, but you guys sound like you're asleep. All right? This is not Little Rock High School, this is Cabot High School, all right? No, that's not even beginning to do it, so we're gonna practice, okay? We're gonna practice. When I go like this, you guys applaud amazingly, like what you just saw is blowing your mind. Ready? That's pretty good. Now we're gonna practice laughing. Pretend like the thing you just saw was the funniest thing ever and you're gonna burst out in spontaneous laughter. Wait. These are like mildly amusing laughter. I want something hilarious. Ready? Some of you are like, ah, like I just fell down. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Big Papa E. So, I'm from Austin, Texas. What? And they brought me here to celebrate the winner of American Idol, Chris. Who voted for Chris? I did not vote for Chris. Who voted for Adam Lambert? I voted for the Lamberts. I think he was a little too freaky for America, but Chris, he's just so darn cuddly. Don't you just want to just pinch him? His little Conway, Arkansas cheek. What? Did somebody just say, oh yeah? Who's the guy in the back? Yeah. Oh, it's a girl? She's like, I'm a girl! I'll beat you up! She looks like she's on the rugby team too. She probably could beat me up. What's your name? Ashley, shut up. It's my show, all right? Get your own microphone. No, I'm just playing. So I'm going to start this off with a poem. I've been on tour for 8 months. 8 months. 8 months ago, I decided that I had had enough of all this nonsense. Actually, my girlfriend broke up with me. I was brokenhearted. I know, everybody say, aw. All the guys. Get over it, geek. So I sold everything. You guys know what Craigslist is? I sold everything I own on Craigslist, and I just decided to use the money that I got to buy a bus ticket across the United States. You can buy a Greyhound bus pass that lets you get on and off as much as you want for 2 whole months. I know, it's so cool. It's so cool. You have this little badge, you show them your badge, you say, I'll go to Florida. Then you go to Florida. Then you get on the bus and you say, I'll go to Montana. I just went all the way over the United States for 2 whole months. In fact, I had 2 weeks where I didn't have anything to do, and I didn't have anywhere to go, and I didn't want to go home yet, so I just decided to get on the bus for 2 weeks straight and go all over the whole country. Because, you know, they stop, so you can sort of shower up, and there's places to eat. It's really chill for me to fall asleep on the Greyhound, although it's nasty. Has anybody ever been on a Greyhound bus for longer than, like, 5 hours? The nastiest, breathiest, snottiest, smelliest people who want to tell you their whole entire life story sit next to you. It's absolutely disgusting. Yeah, so besides that, it was kind of neat. So this is about that experience. It's about going on the road, experiencing the United States through the windows of a car. You know what I'm talking about? Where you pull over, you get your Mountain Dew and your beef jerky, and then you're on, right? This is about this experience. It's called road tripping. There's something magical and healing about a solo road trip. It's about forward motion. Something about going somewhere and leaving something behind. It's about yearning to blow off your job, quit your girlfriend, sell up all your stuff and pack what's left into the back of your pickup truck. It's about whittling your existence down to its necessary parts. Just you, an 80-gig iPod, a sleeping bag in the back, and throwing the map out of the window and getting the hell out of Dodge. It's about raising your head from the keyboard, attached to a computer, on a desk, in a cubicle, in a work center, in a business that makes things for other businesses, that sell things to other businesses, and realizing that your paragraph in the great American novel is due for yet another rewrite. It's about yearning to tattoo the sticky black ink of your tires across the belly of this land. To become another steel corpuscle in the freeway bloodstream and flow into towns you've never seen and follow the pulse to its beating heart. It's about blazing down the highway, just you and Patsy Cline, just you and Johnny Cash, blazing at 75, 85, 95 miles an hour. It's about playing ski rack or cop car for 900 miles at a time. It's about pulling over recklessly, immediately, across 4 lanes of traffic to stop under an overpass to scribble a phrase or two that falls in your path like a safe from the sky. It's about leaving everything behind and cleansing yourself in a gritty, sweaty, unwashed catharsis of road dirt and sunburnt forearms, and parking in a field infested with crickets in some town somewhere and drifting off to sleep in the same cutoffs and Radiohead t-shirt you've been wearing since diving into the Colorado River in Needles, California just 3 days before. It's about the random encounters in gas stations and greasy spoons and coffee shops and dark saloons. It's about being embraced by serendipity and spirited away from the real deal angst machine of modern day existence. It's about smiling, that healing smile that only days and days on the road can bring. I love a good road trip, man. That shakes your head and clears out the cobwebs and allows you to think clearly for the first time in years. Do you guys know that term serendipity? It is my favorite word by far. Who has favorite words? Anybody have favorite words? I have favorite words. Tell me, you in the black, what's one of your favorite words? Skadoosh. What's skadoosh mean? Is that like a very quick cleansing process? I don't know. What's a skadoosh? I'm sorry. It's early in the morning. My natural sensor is not working. Like get out of here, skadoosh? What does skadoosh mean? Are you making me say like a nasty word? Is this like a code word for something that's going to get me in trouble? Oh my God, he said skadoosh 17 times. Serendipity is one of my favorite words. It's having the dumb luck to just happen into something awesome. Like say for instance, a friend of yours having a party, get together on Saturday, you're not really feeling it, you're like, I don't know, but then you're like, okay, I'll go, what the heck, I'll go. And you end up having that conversation with somebody in the corner of the party for the entire night. You know, that awesome good luck of just happening to be at the right place at the right time to meet this very important person, or finding $50 on the ground and there's nobody around to claim it. That's just a darn good luck to have something cool happen. That's serendipity. Another one that I like is shindig. You know shindig? Shindig, I like brouhaha, like a fight. I like fisticuffs, you know? And shenanigans, I think, is a great one. Like what kind of, you guys know shenanigans? Let's all say shenanigans at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Shenanigans! I don't know what you guys were saying, but if the rest of us said it pretty well. How you doing? All right, I'm going to do another poem. Okay, this is a poem from ancient history. This is a poem I wrote in high school. Shut up, it wasn't that ancient. Smart Alex. This is about going to that kind of party. This is going to that party where you don't meet that person, okay? Go to that lame party. I was always the guy who would go to the party and stand in the corner all by myself and not talk to anybody and end up sitting on the front porch hoping some really cute person would come out and be like, hey, are you okay? And then I'd be like, come and sit next to me for a little while. And they'd be like, yeah, it's so lame in there. Let's walk for around the block. And I'd be like, okay, this. Only nobody ever came out to me. People are all like, stupid. So this is about that. I freaking kind of hate parties, so this is about that experience. Have you ever gone to a party with a friend where the only person you knew in the whole place is that very same friend, and your friend happens to know everybody in the entire place? And did you end up just glomming onto that friend, sticking to their side and kind of nodding and smiling at everyone your friend introduces you to like some mute sidekick? And did your friend just kind of leave you standing there by the cheese dip so they can go off to socially butterfly and you're just left to pick through the chips and lunch meat, feeling like a real dork because no one will talk to you? And the few times you try to strike up a conversation with some random person standing next to you, they just sort of look at you like you smell like Play-Doh or something. And did you just find a piece of wall to lean against and watch all the people go about their little party business while you're drinking flat soda in a red plastic cup? And did you look at everybody and they're all cooler than you and thinner than you and have better hair than you and they're tanner than you and taller than you and their teeth is whiter than yours and their clothes are nicer than yours and you feel like a total loser because you're doing the wallflower bit just like in 6th grade after your mom dropped you off at your first dance and you felt like a real geek? And did you listen in on their conversations and find they're only talking about stupid stuff like clothes and hair and tans and diets and their stupid white teeth? And did you realize that these people are so completely shallow that the only thing they know how to talk about is themselves? And didn't you feel so above these people and superior that you actually can talk about something of more substance than the brand of hair conditioner you're using? But then, didn't you also feel so totally beneath all these people because you'll never look like them or be anything like them because they've got the world handed to them like bright red delicious apples on a silver platter. And you've always had to work hard and get everything you've had because you don't have the looks of a model or a mommy and daddy with lots of money fed to you by 1,000-mile-long umbilical cords. And then, all of a sudden, did you look across the room and see that one person standing by the mantel with a red plastic cup who looks like they're enjoying this party about as much as you are? And then they smile at you. And you smile back and you think, thank God there's someone who can see through all this nonsense. And maybe this party will turn out better than you thought. And then they wave to you and you wave back to them and smile and they call out, hey, yo, what's up? And you get ready to answer back. But before you do, from behind you says, nothing much, what's up with you? And you get pushed out of the way as some fashion mannequin shoulders their way through the crowd to the person by the mantel. And you realize they weren't smiling and waving at you at all. But it's some boob standing behind you, some jock, some jerk, some idiot. And didn't you feel totally embarrassed and burnt so completely over this lame party and all the posing and posturing and the lame Britney Spears CD they've been playing for the past 2 hours, and your friend's gone, and there's no more dip, and you can't find the bathroom even though you've asked 4 different people, and you finally decide to heck with it. I'm out of here. And you just leave without saying a word. You walk the long way home, kind of sad, kind of burnt out, but kind of hoping you'll happen upon some truly cool party with cool people, cool approachable people with something to talk about, listening to good music, talking about, hey man, come up here on the porch and hang out. We got chips. But there doesn't end up being any party. And there are no people. There's just you walking home in the dark all by yourself. And did you just let yourself into your dark, lonely house, go straight to your bedroom, put on some Billie Holiday on the CD player, maybe light some incense, get undressed, get in bed, stare at the ceiling for a couple of hours before you finally fell asleep? I hate that. That was kind of a bummer, wasn't it? Okay, here's another old one. I wrote this one in high school too. As you can see, I wasn't a very good writer in high school. Hey, were you guys here the last time I performed here? Yeah. Oh, right, so I can do old stuff and you wouldn't even know, would you? Oh, yeah. What? Okay, I'll do that one next for you, but I'm gonna do this first one first. This is how much of a knucklehead I was in high school. Because this is an actual true story, unfortunately. God. My apologies to any animal lovers. No animals were hurt in the writing of this poem. Okay, actually there was one. This is called Flyboy. Stupid cat. We decided it would be in our best interest to fly our cat, Ivan. So, with a rented helium tank and Kmart punching bag balloons in hand, we traipsed to the top of the bluffs. Very suitable for the flying of cats. The crowd was already there. We'd put flyers up all over town. Come see Ivan the Flying Cat Saturday at 2:30 p.m. We had this harness thing with 4 little holes on the bottom for 4 little cat feet and 2 rings on the top for tethering the balloons. Jim held the balloons as I blindfolded Ivan. On the end of a fishing line, little kitty legs dangling, that cat flew. Ow! 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 You got pretty gosh darn high, too. If I'd watched PBS more often, I could have predicted what was going to happen. Turns out helium expands at high altitudes. Pow! Pow, 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 pow. The crowd sucked air in a collective gasp as Ivan's little kitty body tumbled, cat butt over cat head, little legs kicking and clawing down onto the hard plastic floor of the oil field with a wet, sticky snack. We received a lot of hate mail for that one. It seemed a good idea at the time. Okay, just so you know, that actually never happened. But I had a kitty who would, Ivan turned out to be a girl, so I guess her real name was Ivana. But you know how kitties like once a year get like in heat, so they're like crazy about everything, and they're like keeping you up in the middle of the night? So this was sort of like an idea I had that I never executed. Instead of flying my cat, I just got her fixed. So I advocate, just don't fly your cat, just get him fixed. Fly your little brother, however. That is always a really good idea. All right, by special request, here's a poem. What? What, you're like, dance, little man, dance. Dance, monkey boy. Okay. I never wanted a weightlifter's body. Bulging biceps, more granite boulders than meat, carved by steel and syringes. Useless, save for poses and intimidation. No, I always wanted a swimmer's body. Perfect poetry in motion. Liquid made flesh, hairless and streamlined. Muscles taut as drumheads pounding rhythms on the surface of the water in a syncopated symphony of grace and power and purpose. But alas, alack, obviously I have been graced by neither. No water has honed these thighs, no iron has etched these calves, for I have a poet's body. Hunchback and pot-bellied, skin not bronzed in oil, but pale and sallow from basking in the radiation of a computer screen in a darkened room. Body fueled not by steroids and energy bars, but by coffee. Lots of coffee. Give me some freaking coffee and make it dark and black as the devil's eyeball. You see, this body doesn't pump iron. It pumps irony into poem. Shut up, you know it was coming. It pumps irony into poem after poem, slinging sweat on reams of bright white inkjet paper and sumo wrestling demons by candlelight. I've traded rock-hard abs for a rock-solid vocab. Toned trapeziuses for threadbare thesauruses. A mountainous gluteus maximus for a moth-eaten Moleskine notebook. And 20 reps at the Bowflex for the 20-volume set of the Oxford English Language Dictionary. Oh yes, 151 pounds of pure definition. Okay, can't believe you got that. Definition. Give me a smoky poetry slam and a dingy dive bar over cleaning and jerking in a Gold's Gym any day. My fellow slam poets may not be muscle-bound freaks, but they are multisyllabic monsters, lifting the spirit of the masses with the strength of their convictions and pulling down crooked regimes with pen strokes. My muscles propel my fingertips across keyboards at 86 truths per minute. My eyes that flash in the direction of every sigh. And my heart, the strongest muscle in the human body that weeps and moans and gnashes its teeth and fights and loves so hard, it nearly bursts from my chest every time it rains. Hey, y'all. So, how's it going? I haven't been here since like last April. What's been shaking? How you been? Great. Great, dork. So there was an election between now and then. Anybody happy with the election? No. Really? Really? Okay, let's do this. Let's take a quick poll. I want to take a quick poll. How many people are happy with the election? Applaud furiously. How many people not so happy? Interesting. Well, just so you know, I was deliriously happy with the election, so just shut up. But, like I said, something else that I was not happy with, I totally got broken up with. Like, full-on dumped after 3.5 years. Anybody who just been dumped? Dude, being dumped sucks. Can we just talk? Doesn't it, being dumped just is awful. Even if you want to be dumped, even if they just sort of beat you to it and you want to dump them first, it sucks. Oh, I know. Isn't it the worst when you're going to dump them, but then they dump you first, and so then you get your feelings hurt, but you're going to dump them in? I hate that. So I've been single for like a whole year. No, this is not something to applaud. No, I've lost my mojo completely. But it's got me thinking about, you know, meeting people is it's kind of, I don't know if it's like that for you, but like, for me, it's kind of complicated because it's like, a lot of times I just want to have a conversation. And yet if I say, hey, how's it going? It's like, wow, you know, it's like I'm trying to move in or something, you know, and people are like, I don't know. And I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to pick you up. Or girl, I'm not going to try to pick you up. I'm just wanting to talk. So I wish things were not as complicated. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about like back in the day, how things were in like 6th grade when you had a crush on somebody. Like I wish things were that simple. Like when your parents took you to the mall, you know, to watch a movie with your little 6th grade friend and you're sitting next to them in the dark and your hips are accidentally touching and you're like, oh my God. And maybe like your arms are touching on the handrest and maybe like your pinkies are like this close and you're like, do it. And you're like, oh yeah. And then you're like waiting for her response, right? And then she curls it around like that. You're like, it's on. Like I wish, I yearn for those days when it was simple like that, right? So this is about that situation. Wishing it was simpler. This is called falling in like. Woo! Yes. Thank you. Now my next poem is going to be, no, I'm just playing. You make me feel goofy. Goofy like I blush when someone mentions your name. Goofy like I have a bazillion things I want to tell you when you're not around, but face to face I just stare at my toe making circles on the ground like I'm all thumbs and no place to put them. Like I just want to write you a note that says, do you like me? Yes, no, or maybe. Whatever random cool I've been able to harness leaps from my grasp when you enter the room and I feel old school. And by that I mean grade school, like back in the day when the space between wanting to touch someone's hand and actually touching it could hold lifetimes of passionate yearning. Girl, I don't want to make out with you. I want to make a fort with you, right in the middle of the living room, with all the sheets and all the blankets and every chair in the whole house. A soft labyrinth scented with fabric softener and hot chocolate with marshmallows, laying on our tummies on the avocado shag carpeting and eating Golden Grams right out of the box. We'd be the best spellers in all the 6th grade spelling bee, and we'd spend our recesses in the library, quizzing each other over dueling dictionaries and encyclopedias and having cutthroat Scrabble wars. And you would always accuse me of cheating, but I still swear that ishkabibble is a real word. And if you got the chicken pox, I would ride my BMX bike across town on a Saturday and climb in through your bedroom window to hang out with you while your parents were shopping so that I could get chicken pox too. Then we could both stay home from school and talk on the phone all day long and watch game shows and Twilight Zone reruns together and take breaks only for dinner in the bathroom until it was bedtime. And we whispered into the phone under the covers in the dark until we got really sleepy. And I would say, "Are you asleep?" And you would say, "Yes." And a little while later I would ask, "Are you still awake?" And you wouldn't say anything. And I would just lie there, listening to the sound of your breathing. On my homemade Valentine's Day card, I would write, "I like you," in sparkles and glue. Only my handwriting is so bad, all my K's look like V's. But we decide that's better anyway. "I live you." We'd make pinky swears while biting our thumbs and cross our hearts and hope to die promises with words like always and forever and never ever ever. Promises you can only make when you're 10 and don't know any better. Back when 3 weeks at summer camp was an eternity and a change of schools a disaster. Back before pimples, before underarm hair, before makeup, before graduation and college and graduation and real life, before resumes and jobs and careers and mortgages and marriage and divorce and debt and disappointment. Back when summers lasted forever. And our very first kiss on the cheek was the weirdest, strangest, most uncomfortable, awesome thing in the whole wide world. That's how I like you, like a lot. So which is it? Yes, no, or maybe? So like I said, I've been traveling all over the country. This is all I do. I travel from place to place. Oh, how are we doing on time, by the way? You doing good? How much time do we have left? 6 hours. Yeah, if you had your way. So I've been traveling all over the whole country. This is what I do. I just travel on Greyhound to places all over the country and read poetry. And I write poetry. And I stay in cafes during the day with my notebook and I'm writing down all my ideas and all my thoughts and feelings about the day, and then I perform them that night. I've been doing this, like I said, for about 8 months. Couch surfing. Do you guys know what I mean by couch surfing? Like just staying on people's couches. I haven't slept in a real bed, well, when I was in a hotel last night. My first bed in 8 months, I think. But mostly I've been sleeping on people's floors and couches all over the whole United States. It's been kind of awesome. And I've been taking videos of it. You guys know YouTube, yeah? Yeah. If you go to YouTube and you type in Big Papa E, you'll find 140 videos. So it's B-I-G, Papa, P-O-P-P-A, and then E, which stands for Eric. If you look for Big Papa E, 140 videos of me on tour. Plus, if you go to BigPapaE.com, which is my website, you can see my books and my CDs and see all kinds of stuff. It's really kind of neato. So, anybody have MySpace? You still have MySpace? Grow up, get a Facebook. God, nobody's on MySpace anymore. Okay, if you're on MySpace, I'm Big Papa E. Who's got Facebook? Now that's what I'm talking about. On Facebook, I'm under my given name, which is Eric Ott. The Eric is spelled E-I-R-I-K, so it looks like it says Iric, and then O-T-T. Or you can just go to bigpapae.com, click on contact, and then you can click on Facebook, and it'll show you how to be my friend. So come, be my friend. Speaking of friends, I'm a friend of the little guy. I'm a friend of the downtrodden. Any short people in the house? That's wrong. These are my people. These are my people. Let me hear from the short people. Give me some noise. I can't see you, but I can hear you. So I'm all about the little guy. Okay, let me hear from the tall people. Of course, they're louder. I think there's a short person in every tall person because they just ate one for breakfast. But I'm all about the little guy. And this is a poem about the biggest little guy in the universe who needs our help. This one goes out to you guys. There are few things in this life that are strictly black and white. Most issues float somewhere in the middle of a vast sea of gray, open to a myriad conflicting interpretations. But I am here to tell you that there are such things as absolute truths, undeniable facts that rise from that wishy-washy sea of opinions and stand resolutely like Venus in a clamshell for all to see. I'm talking about incontrovertible principles that are impossible to deny, of which I will now list 5. 1. The sun will rise and the sun will set. 2. All who were born will one day die. 3. Justin Timberlake solo is infinitely better than Justin Timberlake in NSYNC. 4. Crunchy peanut butter is not only irrefutable proof of God's existence, but it also shows she loves us very much. And people who like smooth peanut butter hate the baby Jesus. And 5, which is the reason I'm here right now, and I'm speaking of the one remaining sterling truth no reasonable person can deny. Pluto is a freaking planet. So what? A bunch of self-important professors got bored one day and decided to get back at all the cruel people who wouldn't date them in high school by knocking Pluto's standing in the universe down to dwarf planet and renaming it to 134340. And why? Because Pluto isn't like other planets. Pluto's smaller than most moons. Pluto's got a bit of a strange orbit. Wah, freaking wah. But really, who in this room has never been considered an oddball, an outcast, special? Let him that hath never been considered a dweeb cast the first meteoroid. Pluto is like the chubby goth girl lurking at the edge of the solar system and staring longingly at the cosmic dance floor filled with all the popular planets. Ew, look at me, I'm Saturn, look at my freaking rings. Ew, look at me, I'm Jupiter, I'm so deep, look at my third eye. All these planetary John Lennons and Paul McCartneys vying for celestial attention while poor Ringo gets pushed to the back of the Universal stage. And let me tell you, without Ringo, the Beatles would have amounted to nothing. Ringo put the beat in the Beatles, and without him, they would have just been the Blues. Without chubby goth girls, gay high school boys would never have bosoms to cry upon. I never would have had bosoms to cry upon. Pluto is the symbol for every kid who's never fit in. We need Pluto as proof that no matter how small you are, how separated from mainstream society, how abnormal, how weird you are, you too can be a planet. You too can be someone worth looking up to. I don't care what they say. I don't give a damn about any so-called science. Forget science. This is beyond science. This is belief. And I believe that Pluto was a planet long before these bitter eggheads were mewling and puking on their mama's knees. And when they're all dead and buried along with their hoity-toity ideas and the universe has forgotten their blink of existence, Pluto will still be out there, somewhere, watching over this tiny, blue, gay planet from afar, like the chubby goth girl best friend it always was. Call Pluto what you will, but remember this: a rose by any other name is still a freaking planet. Yeah! Drum roll, please. Are there chubby goth girls in this school? Come on, raise your hand. Without chubby goth girls, I would never have had friends in high school. So there is no shame in being the chubby goth girl best friend. We need you chubby goth girls. Be proud. Dress in black. It's all good. Do Wussy Boy. You want me to do Wussy Boy? You want me to do Wussy Boy, huh? Hey. You talking to me, huh? What? You're like, stop talking and read the freaking poem, pal. Who said that? This group of knuckleheads, the Three Stooges over here. He's like, actually, Mr. Papa, yeah, I was the one who said that I would meet you up there, and I was just kidding, actually. Yeah. How many times have you seen Star Trek? See, notice I didn't ask you if you had, just how many times. Anybody see Star Trek?
Yes!
Here's a trivia question, ready? Anybody who can answer this trivia question gets $1,000. You ready? Ready? 1,000 for $10. What is Captain James T. Kirk's middle name? Dorks. I was just trying to out you as dorks. You just fell for it. None of you will ever get dates for the rest of your time in high school. That's that guy that knows the middle name of Captain Kirk. I ain't dating him. But this guy over here's like, I didn't say anything right there. I didn't say anything at all, actually. I didn't say anything at all. Dude, I never got a date in high school. I didn't get a date until I was a senior in high school. Don't laugh, just laugh. See, high school, you went, ha ha. High school does not change at all. God, and I'm still single. Nothing changes. Everything's stupid. Okay, Wussy Boy, here we go. Wow, somebody just stepped on a Cocker Spaniel. What happened? Here's a poem about the kind of guy I am, okay? Now, I'm not gonna diss people who are like guys, okay? Because you gotta find your thing. You gotta find what you're good at. And if you're good at football, cool. As long as you don't beat me up on your way to the field of glory, I'm cool. But I didn't have that, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't a guy. I could never fix cars. I was afraid of girls. All my best friends were either gay or chubby goth girl best friends. I just wasn't the typical guy. I was still a guy, but I just didn't know what kind of guy, you know what I'm saying? I wrote poetry. I cried at movies with puppies in them. Wasn't there that movie recently that had like a dog in it? Dude, okay, you know, okay, watch. If there's a movie with a dog in it, you know that dog's gonna die, and I'm not gonna go see it. I don't need to relive that. Anyway, this is about the kind of guy that I am. No, I did not kill a cat. I have two kitties, Aretha and Thelonious. They're the best kitties ever. Isn't Thelonious a great name? Hi, my name's Thelonious. I've seen Star Trek 17 times. I'm a cat. Okay, and scene. My name is Big Papa E, and I am a wussy boy. It's taken me a long time to remember. Okay, thank you. Wait. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Papa E. Okay, let's start over again. When I say wussy boy, you guys cheer. Ready? My name is Big Papa E, and I am a wussy boy. It's taken me a long time to remember it. God, I messed up again. Okay, we'll do it one more time. Okay, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to send a videotape to my mom, and I don't want to show her like me being messed up, okay? So hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Papa E. My name is Big Papa E, and I am a wussy boy. It's taken me a long time to admit it. I remember shouting in high school, "No, Dad, I'm not gay. I'm just a little sensitive." I tried to like guy stuff like hot rods and jet planes and football and Budweiser poster girls, but I never got the hang of it, Dad. I don't know what's wrong with me. And then I saw him there on the silver screen, bigger than life and unafraid of earrings and hair dye, and rejoicing in the music of The Cure and Morrissey and Susie and the Banshees, walking loud and talking proud, my wussy boy icon, Ducky in Pretty in Pink. And I realized I wasn't alone. And now I look around and see a whole new school of wussy boys, living large and proud of who they are. Jake Gyllenhaal and Donnie Darko, wussy boy. Tobey Maguire as Peter Parker and Spider-Man, wussy boy. And Lord God, King of the wussy boy movement, Elijah Wood as Frodo Baggins in The Lord of the Rings, wussy boy. Unafraid to prove to all of Middle-earth that two wussy hobbits can take the Dark Lord down. Now, I am no longer ashamed of my wussiness. Hell no, I am empowered by it. When I'm at a stoplight and some redneck testosterone methamphetamine jock frat boy butthead jerk pulls up beside me, blasting his Trans Am stereo with power chord anthems to big boobs and date rape, I no longer avoid his eyesight. Hell no, I just crank all 12 watts of my car stereo and I rock out right to his face. I am human and I need to be loved, just like everybody else does. I am wussy boy, hear me roar. Bar fight? Shoot, you think you can take me, huh? Just because I like poetry better than Sports Illustrated? Well, allow me to caution you, for I am not the average, everyday, run-of-the-mill wussy boy you beat up in high school, punk. I am wuss-core. Don't make me get Renaissance on your behind, because I will write a poem about you. A poem that tears your psyche limb from limb, that exposes your selfish insecurities, that will wound you deeper and more severely than knives and chains and gats and baseball bats could ever hope to do. You may see 65 inches of wussy boy standing in front of you, but my steel-toed soul is 10 foot tall and bulletproof. Bring the pain, punk. Beat the heck out of me. Show everybody in this bar what a real man can do to a smack-talking wussy boy like me. But you better remember, my bruises will fade, my cuts will heal, my scars will shrink and disappear. But my poem about the pitiful, small, helpless Oscar Mayer wiener you really are will last forever, biatch. Hermione? Okay, who still likes Harry Potter? Which of us has replaced Harry Potter with Twilight? Oh, God. So let's see which we like better. If you like Harry Potter better than Twilight, applaud now. If you like Twilight better than Harry Potter, applaud now. Okay, notice how high-pitched those squeals are? I think it might be a girl thing. I haven't delved into Twilight yet, but I'm a huge fan of Harry Potter. Should I sing my Harry Potter love song? Okay, will you promise to sing along with me? Promise. Pinky swear. Pinky swear. Bite your thumb. Okay. I haven't done this in a while. And you guys like my nail polish? It is shiny, isn't it? It's called Lavender Chrome. Hello. Yeah, my parents, they see that I do my nails sometimes, right, when I perform. And my mom's like, well, because we're like totally rednecks. She's like, well, son, don't you think that people will think you're gay if you paint your nails? I'm like, Mom, people think I'm gay already. I could be in a cowboy suit, like on top of a bull. And people would, that is kind of gay anyway, but I could be like a lumberjack or a fireman. I'm just still seeing gay. So anyway, no matter what I do, they're gonna think I'm gay, so I'm just gonna roll with it and have fun with it. Besides, there's nothing wrong with being gay. Unless apparently you try to be American Idol. But I said it. I don't regret it. Because he was number one until all those photos on the internet turned up of him kissing some boy, plummeted from there. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I'm saying there might be something wrong with that. Anyway, you guys want to hear Harry Potter? The teachers are like, don't debate sexuality, please, dear God. Just sing the freaking song. This is called Emo Love Song in the key of 9 3/4. You got it, dork, dork. Let your dork flag fly. I see you sitting there in the library with your nose pressed into a book. And I'm sitting across from you, crossing my fingers, hoping you'll stop and give me a look. The sound of your voice makes my face go full flush, as red as Ron Weasley's hair. And I want with all of my being to reach out and take your hand, but I do not dare. I used to think that Cho Chang was the one who was the object of my desire. But now I know, my dear, you're the witch who turns my heart into a goblet of fire. Oh, Hermione Granger, I love you, I can't keep you off of my mind. Climb on the back of my Nimbus 2000, we'll leave Hogwarts far behind, far behind. Ooh. Sometimes I hide. Somebody just said, you're really gay, aren't you? Sometimes I hide under my visibility cloak just so I can watch you from afar. And I don't care if your parents are muggles, the lights in your eyes shine like stars. If I had the chance to go back to first year, I'll tell you just what I would do. I wouldn't take that sorting hat from my head till it said I belong to you. And yeah, I know you know who is out there somewhere trying to kill me with his evil dark arts. But the mark he left on my forehead is nothing compared to the lightning bolt-shaped scar on my heart. Oh, Hermione Granger, I love you, I can't keep you off of my mind. Climb on the back of my Nimbus 2000, we'll leave Hogwarts far behind, far behind. Ooh. I've written you a note on a scroll, my dear, and tied it to my owl Hedwig's leg. And I'm hoping my words will convince you to love me, so I don't have to fall to my knees and beg. It says if you love me half as much as I love you, meet me at midnight behind Hagrid's shack. And if you're not there, I'll know that you don't, and I'll have to find my way back to being your best friend. Aww. Sing with me now. Hermione Granger, I love you, I can't keep you off of my mind. Climb on the back of my Nimbus 2000, we'll leave Hogwarts far behind, far behind. Ooh. Thank you very much. All right, trivia question. Harry Potter trivia questions, ready? It has often been thought that there are no black characters in Harry Potter, yet I can name 2. Name them. Dean Thomas is one. Lee Jordan is another one. And then there's Angela, the one with the dreadlocks. Sweet. Anybody excited about the next movie coming out in July? Anybody? Did you guys read the last book? I was so excited. I just devoured it. I read it in like 1 week and my eyeballs were about to fall out. Oh, that was so awesome. 2 hours? You read it in 2 hours? Damn, you don't have a girlfriend, don't you? You don't have time for a girlfriend. You're watching Star Trek and reading Harry Potter too much. What? Don't make me come up there. Okay, here's a poem. This is kind of a seriouser poem. Seriouser? Great. Great English, Eric. That's great. Teach the kids to talk like you. Way up kill. Anybody redneck? Ain't no shame. We came from Goldie Bowl, Oklahoma, and Shamrock, Texas, my family. We moved to Central California to pick cotton in the fields during the Dust Bowl. I'm redneck, but I'm kind of like an emo redneck. I'm like emo neck, red emo. Like in high school, I had like the cowboy hat and like the My Chemical Romance shirt, like the tight Wranglers and the Converse high tops. I was all screwed up. Everybody hated me. Cowboys hated me and the emos hated me. I didn't have any friends, except for my chubby goth girl best friends. I'm telling you, this is you know when you start to define who you are as a person, and it clashes with your parents' idea of who you are as a person, and it's just like headbutting for the next 10 years. That was my experience. Like when I got to about junior year in high school, I started to change a little bit, have my own way of doing things, going out, sneaking out of the window at night. Jeez. And we just butted heads on how things work. Because when they were like conceiving me back in the day, they had this idea of what their child was going to be like, and I have my own idea of who I am, right? So it's just this headbutting for 10 years. We still butt heads, but this is about that experience. It starts with a song, and I will not sing it for you. No, as you saw, I'm not a very good singer. What? Aww, you want me to beatbox? What, you want me to beatbox instead? Yo, check it. My name is Big Papa. Watch me while I drop a poem on your dome. Shine it up like chrome. Make you move your mama back into a nursing home. I'm a slam barbarian, a shame librarian. Make a cattle rancher turn into a vegetarian. Make Sir Lancelot think that he is made Marion. Take a regular inn and put fangs and claws on it, make it a scary inn. I should have a shirt that says, "Friends don't let friends freestyle." Really, just stop me before I freestyle again. Here's the poem. Starts with this quote. Mama always told me never look into the eyes of the sun. But Mama, that's where the fun is. There comes a time in everyone's life when they must be allowed to discover this truth. The sweetest berries are in the very heart of the sticker bush. It's the scratches that make them sweet. If I've learned anything about life, it's this. A knee without scars is evidence of a life unlived. Children, protected from playing in the dirt, grow into sick adults, unable to fight the simplest infections. Parents can't possibly redeem themselves for past bad choices by forcing their children into closets. This will only make them blind and afraid and vulnerable, and it will make them hate you. You can't protect me from my mistakes. I need them. I need the protection of calluses. I need the wisdom of scars. So, give me a life full of rope burns and splinters and heartfelt advice I'm allowed to ignore. Give me shins scraped by pavement and front teeth cracked by tree limbs and elbows bloodied into stories worth telling. At the end of my life, the last thing I want to see is a long series of safe choices and measured steps. Give me instead a life filled with dizzying triumphs, fueled by countless lovely mess-ups and wonderfully painful bad choices, with cockamamie schemes that sometimes actually worked, and stories so outrageous people never stop sharing them as their own. Please, God, let my last dying breath be scented with gentle regret for stupid stuff I had the courage to try, and none for things I dared not do. Mistakes are the only things I have been taught anything. That made no sense. Mistakes are the only things that have taught me anything, and I have learned a lot. The only lessons worth learning are the ones that leave a mark. Okay, so check it out. I've always wanted to do like a Q&A, like a question and answer session. So let's do that. If you have any questions about anything at all, anything, we can talk about anything at all, ask me. whether it's about popular events, what kind of music I like, what it's like to be a poet, anything at all.
Music! Chewing! Why the beard?
Why the beard? Why not? Dude, do you like this beard? I mean, come on now. It's a manly beard. It's a Bernie man beard. Bernie! Ain't no AJ from the Backstreet Boys looking beard. This is Burley! Actually, if you ask me how long I've been single, this long. What's your question? Why am I so cool? Well, somebody's got to do it. I don't know. I think it's because I found what I'm good at, and that's what I do. So I feel strongly that if you live the life you love, you will love the life you live. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's more important things in this life than strictly finding a job that will make you money. That's important. You got to pay the bills. But if you find something you're good at, and you do that, and you surround yourself with other people who are also doing things that they're good at, you just naturally are cool. Like, cool is not something you can buy. Abercrombie & Fitch knows nothing of cool. That kind of cool changes every single year. What kind of shoes you can buy to be cool, what kind of shirt you can buy to be cool, that stuff it changes every time. That's nothing to do with cool. People who aren't cool pay for cool. But cool, true cool, that just is. Find something you're good at and do it. That is cool. So that's my answer. Yes, hey. Hey. Why did my girlfriend break up? God. She's like, say, Eric, you know that weeping, bloody gash you have? Let me rub some salt in it. She asked, why did my girlfriend break up with me? It's so complicated. Here's the thing. How can I, this is delicate. She's Arabic. She's from Syria. Her family's from Damascus. And it's just a different culture. She grew up here in America, so she's very American, but her mom is a very old school Syrian lady. And she has this idea of like having her daughter marry a rich Syrian doctor. Because I guess that's what they do, like, you know, very often in that culture there's arranged marriages where the parents pick somebody worthy of marrying you and then you meet and stuff. It's kind of done a little different. And I'm neither rich nor Syrian, and I'm just like a poor white trash poet guy. So right from the beginning it was trouble, and after 3.5 years of her mom just nagging and doing everything,